Navarrete, Valdez 2, post-fight thoughts. Let's go.
Push the weight enough flex. The live is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Wow. You know, Navarrete is never boring. And I gotta say, he has to be the most confusing fighter, one of the most confusing fighters I've ever seen. And I say this with all respect. This was a fight at junior lightweight, and he has a spare tire around his waistline. He had a muffin top. Now this has to be just simply genetics. He didn't look like he was in as good a shape as Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez had the slim waistline, had the six-pack. He was in shape. Wow. And this man's, he has such an awkward style. He looks off balance. Another thing I noticed, he doesn't bruise too easy, does he? He doesn't cut. It's like, what species is this guy? And Oscar just needs to come clean and say, you know what, fighting this guy is a complete pain in the behind, man. Because how the hell, think about this, y'all, and I might have mentioned this before. Who do you get to spar that can imitate Navarrete's style? I promise you, you can't train that. That is weird, it's awkward, but for some strange reason, when he catches you clean, he hurts you. It's very, very strange. He looks off balance. And it's like, what is this? What am I looking at? And I'm not like I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying, what the hell is this? What is this? I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm not clear what this is. I'm not clear what this is. But with that being said, apparently it works for him. Because Oscar was ready, but you know what? Once again, he couldn't really do anything with him. He couldn't really do anything with him. This was like strange to look at. This was very strange to watch. And it was actually, dare I say, a little, well, the first fight, the first fight was bad because Oscar, he got lumped up real bad. I was like, what is going on here? So you figured he was training, and he looked ready, and this time he gets stopped with a body shot. But that uppercut, man, knocked that mouthpiece right out his mouth, didn't it? Right out his mouth. Then he hit him with another uppercut and hurt him. I forget, the fight just ended, y'all. It's late. I forget what round it ended in, but my gosh, boy, did it end. And a lot of it is, body shots are very, very, you talk to a lot of fighters, they'll tell you they'd rather get hit in the face because they could probably shake that off if they're still standing. You get hit in a body shot, that is the worst feeling in the world, man. And I kind of saw it in his face, like there was a part of him, I'm not in there. There's a part of him that I saw, he may have been saying, yo, look, I could get up, but I'm not gonna go to the full 12 with this doing this. This is just crazy. Like you remember when Eric Morales fought Manny Pacquiao? I believe was it the second time? And Eric sat there. Was it the second time? I forget how many times they fought. I think they fought 3 times. I forget, man. It's late, y'all. Give me a break. But when Eric was on the floor, I forgot how many times in that fight, and he wrapped his arms around his knees and he looked at his corner and he smirked and shook his head like, no, no, I'm just gonna stay here and wait for this count because I'm not gonna get up there. I can't do this for 12 rounds. And he accepted it. Y'all remember? Y'all might be. I'm showing my age. Y'all might be a little young, but you can Google it. You can YouTube it. Oscar Pryor. I said Oscar Pryor because I'm looking at this picture. Aaron Pryor versus Alexis Arguello, the rematch. Just a little background. Alexis Arguello was a slim, lanky guy, but he had power, man. He was like a Tommy Hearns kind of style in his division. And look, man, Aaron Pryor, there was just something about his style. That's where I remember first hearing that style when they said windmill style, because that was Aaron Pryor. And he dropped Alexis Arguello, and Alexis did the same thing that Eric Morales did decades later. And he just looked, he said, nope, not getting up. This guy has my number. It's over with. I looked at Oscar tonight. They put the camera on him on a replay, and he cringed. It did hurt, but I'll look at it again. To me, it looked like he could have gotten up and just beat the count and maybe got to the end of the round. I don't know. I'll look at it again. But there's a part of me that says, I think he just said, I'm not doing this. This is one of those guys. I can't beat this guy. But getting back to his style, this is just strange. This is just so strange. But let me tell you what I like to see now. At the 130-pound division, it's stacked. IBF champion is Anthony Kakasi. Am I saying his right? Is his name right? Okay. Not even gonna hold you. I don't know too much about him. But Oscar was the interim, and well, that's over with now. Manuel has the WBO. Guess who has the WBC? A brother who was always he was in attendance tonight. Brother by the name of Oshaki Foster. WBA strap is held by who? Lamont Roach Jr. But we all know what he's doing. The interim is Albert. I always say this guy's name wrong. Batty Greasev, or whatever. But when Lamont Roach is done doing what he's doing, whatever happens up there happens. If they allow him to keep his belt, because you know what the WBA loves to do. Wasn't it the WBA that stripped Guillermo Rigondeaux when he went up and fought Lomachenko? He was a champion up there. He loses to Loma, then they took his belt anyway. Remember that? I think that was a WBA, right? Whatever, man. But who's for Oshaki Foster versus Emmanuel Navarrete? Oshaki was in attendance tonight. Man, I was waiting to see if he got into the ring, but they ended it. They just showed Navarrete with his cowboy hat on. Salute to him with his belts, and Sports Center came on. So I guess that'll be exciting. Emmanuel Navarrete with that awkward style versus my good brother, friend to the strong house, Oshaki Foster. I think that'll be a nice scrap, man. I'm glad Oscar Valdez is okay. I don't know what he's going to do with his career at this point. Who knows? Salute to Emmanuel Navarrete. He did a great job. And I'm not being disrespectful. How are you 130 with a muffin top is beyond me, but whatever. He made weight. That's all that matters. Oh, Oscar Valdez didn't want to weigh in. I think Navarrete weighed in. I think I heard them say, I took it off of mute for a second. I want to hear what the announcers are saying. I think I heard them say he weighed in at 146. He rehydrated to 146. Did I hear that right? Y'all educate me in the comments section if I heard that right. It could be wrong. But Oscar Valdez didn't step on the scale. And that's his right. As long as you make weight the day before, everything's fine. So if they're not beefing about it, then it's cool. But I like to see Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oshaki Foster, right? I'm a sucker for one face, one name in these divisions. Undisputed. Just a reminder. WBA got some crap going on. Then we got Anthony Kakasi, who owes the IBF. And now you got Emmanuel Navarrete and Oshaki Foster. I mean, let's get it, man. I'd like to see it. And no disrespect to Anthony Kakasi. If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry. But, hey, man, make me a believer. I'm not too educated about you. But, hey, man, I'm not going to write you off just because I don't know much about you. You got a belt. So you're a major player. You know what I mean? So, fun fight. I'm glad both men are safe. And boxing's alive. Depending on where you choose to look. I'm a supporter of the sport. All right. Some fighters more than others, but I'm a supporter of the sport. So let 2025 remain consistent. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.
Move!